This government criminalizes them. Instead of protecting them, we destroy their livelihoods. I demand accountability, Mr. President. The DNR officials responsible for this abuse must be summoned here. They must explain why they treat our indigenous people like criminals while turning a blind eye to the large-scale destruction of our environment by corporations who can pay their way out of the law.
If you notice, bigla na lang dumami na naman ang NPA sa ating bansa. Bukid noon last week, 6 NPA were killed. The other day, it was Mindoro, may namatay. Samar, 6. Biglang sulputan na naman po yung NPA. Dati medyo tahimik na eh. Wala na tayong naririnig na gera nangyayari sa bundok.
Mr. President, at this juncture, I move that we recognize the distinguished gentleman from Palawan, Senator Erwin Tulfo, to deliver his privileged speech. So move, Mr. President.
Senator Erwin Tulfo is recognized for his privileged speech.
Mr. President, colleagues, while we are glued on the investigation of the flood control scam, allow me to redirect for even just a short while our focus on the abuses being experienced by our indigenous people, particularly in the province of Palawan. Today, as representative of the people, will not turn a blind eye to the continuing injustice suffered by our indigenous people. Those who have long been the stewards of our forests and mountains, yet remain the most neglected when it comes to government protection. Recently, I witnessed a shameful incident. A shipment of rattan harvested legally and in good faith by our indigenous brothers and sisters from Palawan was confiscated by the DENR NCR upon its arrival in Manila. The justification, Mr. President? It allegedly exceeded the allowable weight limit, and what happened next? The rattan was confiscated and was left to rot. That is not poor judgment, Mr. President. It is outright arrogance and insensitivity from an agency that is supposed to serve, not to punish, the marginalized. Let me ask, Mr. President, where's the sense of fairness? Where's the compassion? Or is DNR only strict when it comes to the poor while turning a blind eye when big companies commit far graver violations? Because let me tell you this. While you, DNR, busy punishing indigenous people over a few kilos of rattan, some mining companies in Gutalak, Zamboanga del Norte, and in Nara, Palawan are getting away with environmental destruction and outright exploitation. These companies continue to deny indigenous communities their rightful share in clear violation of the law. And yet, the Mines and Geosciences Bureau remains asleep at the wheel. Is the MGB here to regulate or to protect the interests of big businesses, Mr. President? So, the DNR finds the courage to flex its muscles. Kayang-kaya po nilang gipitin na mahihirap, pero tiklop kapag malalaking kumpanya at makapangyarihang politiko na ang lumalabag. Ito po ay hindi simpleng pagpapatupad na batas. Ito ay pang-aapi, ito ay panggigipit sa mga maliliit, at ito ay pagpapakita ng pagiging doble kara ng ahensyang dapat sanay tagapagtanggol ng kalikasan at ng mga taong pinakamalapit dito. Mr. President, let me be clear. Indigenous peoples are not the enemies of our forests. They are its natural guardians. For generations, they have lived in harmony with nature. And yet, instead of empowering them, this government criminalizes them. Instead of protecting them, we destroy their livelihoods. I demand accountability, Mr. President. The DNR officials responsible for this abuse must be summoned here. They must explain why they treat our indigenous people like criminals while turning a blind eye to the large-scale destruction of our environment by corporations who can pay their way out of the law. And I call on the Senate, Mr. President, let us investigate this injustice. Let us stand with our indigenous brothers and sisters. If we cannot defend the powerless against the powerful, then what moral right do we have to call ourselves the representatives of the people? Ano pa ang saysay ng ating panunungkulan kung hindi natin kayang ipagtanggol ang mga maliliit at walang boses sa ating lipunan? Mr. President, I close with this warning. The patience of our indigenous people has limits. They are peace-loving, but they are not blind. And if government continues to trample on their rights and destroy their only means of survival, we will not just lose a people. We will lose the very soul of our nation. Maraming salamat po at magandang hapon sa ating lahat.
Thank you, Senator Tulfo. I see Senator Padilla. What's the pleasure of Senator Padilla?
Maraming salamat, Ginoong Pangulo. Ako po ay gusto ko lamang magbigay ng aking manifestasyon at suporta kay Senator Erwin Tulfo ng Palawan sapagkat ako po ay naniniwala sa kanyang talumpati sa akin pong pamamalagi sa Senado ng ilang taon. Ilang beses ko na po itong inulit at nagkaroon din po ako ng privilege speech tungkol dito na talaga pong napapabayaan ang ating mga katutubo. At kung natatandaan niyo po, sinabi ko pa na hanggat hindi natin nabibigay ang tunay na kalayaan sa ating mga katutubo, ay wala talagang kalayaan. Mahiya tayo. Sapagkat alam niyo po, yung akin po laging binibigay na halimbawa, yung katulad po ng ipinaglaban ng aming godfather, Senator Mig Subiri sa BARM, yun din po ang gusto nating ipaglaban, na magkaroon ng malinaw na share ang ating mga indigenous people sa kanila pong mga lupain. Sapagkat hanggang ngayon po, ang IPRA law ay wala pong sinasabi patungkol dito. At yan din po ang matagal nang ipinaglalaban din ni Senator Loren Legarda patungkol po sa kanilang mga dapat ay kanila. Dapat po ibigay ang karapatan ng ating mga katutubo. Kaya ako po'y masaya at nadagdagan po kami ng isang champion dito sa Senado. Maraming salamat po, Senator Erwin Tulfo.
Maraming salamat din, Senator Padilla.
Yes, Senator Zubiri, seeking the floor.
Thank you.
Senator Zubiri is recognized.
Thank you. Mr. President, gusto ko lang pasalamatin ng ating kasamahan. Ay, lipat lang po ako dito sa kabila. Gusto ko lang po pasalamatin ng ating kasamahan, Senator Erwin Tulfo, sa paglabas nitong pangyayaring ito sa Palawan. Tama po sinabi ng aking kapatid na si Senator Robin Hood Padilla, under the IPRA law, they have the rights to these resources from the forest. Ratan lang po yan. Ina-harvest lang po yan sa forest eh. At hindi naman pinapatay yung because it's a vine actually. It's a palm. It's part of a palm. And hindi naman namamatayan pag pinuputol. Parang grass yan eh. Ginagamit po namin yan sa Arnis. Kasama ko kapatid niya. Yung kapatid niya is our Council of Elder member of the Cali, Eskrima, and Arnis Federation. And kaya nakakagulat itong pangyayaring ito dahil dapat kanila yun. At hindi na dapat na confiscate ng DNR itong ratan na ito. And alam mo sa totoo lang, Mr. President, we have to take care of our katutubos. We have to take care of our IPs, indigenous peoples. Because if you notice, bigla na nang dumami na naman ang NPA sa ating bansa. Bukid noon last week, 6 NPA were killed. The other day, it was Mindoro, may namatay. Samar, 6. Biglang sulputan na naman po yung NPA. Dati medyo tahimik na eh. Wala na tayong naririnig na gera nangyayari sa bundok. And if you look at the composition of those who are either arrested or fall in the encounters with the AFP, marami po sa kanila katutubo, Mr. President. Marami po sila indigenous peoples. Kasi parang feeling nila, Mr. President, wala sila sa ating bansa. Parang hindi natin sila inalagaan. Kaya ako isaludo po kay Senator Erwin Tulfo. Ang Bukidnon po, halos 35% of the population are IPs. We celebrate the Kambulan Festival, probably the only festival in the country that celebrates the indigenous peoples. Hindi po siya religious festival, hindi po siya mga santo or whatever festival. Ito po ay indigenous peoples talaga. The 7 tribes of Bukidnon is being celebrated in that festival. Kaya po, I am with the good gentleman from Isabela, Nueva Ecija, and the Republic of the Philippines when he is condemning atrocities like this to our katutubos. Mabuhay po kayo, Senator Tulfo, and maraming salamat po, Mr. President. I support the good gentleman in his crusade to help these IPs. Thank you.
Majority Leader.
Mr. President, next to interpellate is the distinguished lady from Antique, Senator Lauren Legarda. I move that she be recognized, Mr. President.
Senator Lauren Legarda is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to associate myself with the good gentleman from Palawan, and if he's willing to answer just a few clarificatory, friendly interpellations on the indigenous people of Palawan.
By all means, Mr. President.
Thank you. May I just know what kind of IP group is he referring to?
We're referring the IP group of living in Taytay, Palawan. It's on the northern part of Palawan.
Yes.
It's called the Tagbanwa Kuyunon.
Okay. These are the Tagbanwa Kuyunin. Yes, from Taytay, Palawan. And do they live on land which belongs to them? They harvest, from what I saw or heard in your privilege speech, they harvested rattan in Taytay, Palawan, and it was apprehended or confiscated by the Senro, because I saw the photo of the Senro office of Taytay. Is
Yes.
that correct, Mr. President?
Yes, Mr. President. They harvested that in their area. And then the only mistake that they had was like they exceeded on the weight limit, but they exceeded because they were advised by the DNR of Taytay, Palawan, that they can do so. They can exceed over the maximum weight limit. So they just followed that. So when the shipment arrived here in Manila, Port of Manila, it was confiscated by the DNR. Despite the fact that they were telling the DNR NCR, now we were advised that we can proceed with the overweight shipment.
Yes. May I know, Mr. President, whether the indigenous people or the Tagbanwa Kuyunin from Taytay, Palawan, required permits to be able to harvest the rattan in their area, or is this in their forest and they're just allowed to do so? Or was there a permit granted by the Senro of Taytay?
They have permits, Mr. President. They have also documents coming from approved by the DNR of Taytay, Palawan, Mr. President.
There are indigenous people as well in my home province of Antique, the Atis and the Iraynon, Bukidnon. And I do not think that they need a permit all the time, at least in the hinterlands, in the highlands. They're not monitored because they do not abuse the authority or the privilege of harvesting for their sustainable livelihoods. I would just like to perhaps suggest to the good gentleman for Palawan that we may even provide equipment and tools to the indigenous people of Taytay, whose livelihood it is to harvest rattan. There are programs of government which I'm certain our good gentleman would know, like the DTI Shared Services Facility. So you can put up a bamboo or rattan processing center for them so that they don't need to just send it here and they can have their own livelihood projects there to provide them with sustainable livelihoods. I'd like to be able to help out in the livelihood of our indigenous people of Taytay and other areas in northern Palawan, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. I will inform the tribal leader of the Tagbanwa in Taytay and even the local government unit, Mr. President, of the kind gesture of the lady from Antique.
And the agency previously headed by the good gentleman also has a program which may apply to the Kuyunins from Palawan. And this is the Sustainable Livelihood Program, SLP, under the SWD. It could also be Dole Kabuhayan. Just some information that could probably help them. But I am one with you in asking the DNR to explain the treatment or the maltreatment, alleged maltreatment of our indigenous people from Taytay, Palawan. And in any corner of our archipelago, our indigenous people must not be maltreated. In fact, we should appreciate and document, conserve their heritage, their practices, their culture, because it reflects who we are as a people. Without the culture of our more than 15 million indigenous peoples, of the more than 100 IP groups in our country, who is the Filipino? Silang original na Pilipino. Kaya hindi po dapat sila imaltrato or abusuhin. Having said that, I would like to congratulate the good gentleman, and because I will be, I think, defending the budget of the DNR also, so I wanted to put that on record, and you may ask them, maybe not just in Taytay, but in other areas where there are conflicts between IPs and the officials and staff of the DNR. Thank you, Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I move that we refer the privileged speech of Senator Erwin Tulfo and all the interpellations and manifestations thereon to the Committee on Cultural Communities and Muslim Affairs. So move, Mr. President.
Is there objection? There being none, motion is approved.